So, I was thinking about what's going on in the world like I do all day, every day. And today I just wanted to go through a little thought experiment about universal basic income again. And in this case, I was thinking, what if the federal government came out or a federal government came out and just said, you know what, we want to implement universal basic income starting next month. Every working American or American adult over the age of 18 is going to get $1,000 a month direct deposited into their bank account every month. No strings attached. You can use this money for whatever you want, even if it was $100. But let's just use 1,000 as the example because it sounds amazing, right? Who wouldn't want another $1,000 in their bank account every month for doing nothing? Huh? So anyway, what would you do with it right off the bat? And I've been thinking about it, and as much as I don't want universal basic income to come to fruition, I truly believe it's going to. And right now, it's coming to us in different ways, but I think there's going to come a day, if they're talking about it, they're going to materialize it over time. And finally, it's just going to show up one day and we're all going to be like, wow, where did this come from? Well, they've been mentioning it over and over and over again for years. That's typically how government and the Federal Reserve and all these things work. They mention an idea, gain some traction, mention it again, mention it here, have a couple other buddies mention it, and then all of a sudden it's dropped on us and we're wondering where this came from. Well, it's been in talks for a long time. It's nothing new. And now we're stuck with it. So universal basic income starts next month, $1,000, no strings attached, free money. And of course, we know it's not free. For me, I think I'm going to take that immediately and take it straight to Bitcoin, convert it to Bitcoin, and hold it in Bitcoin and never touch that Bitcoin. And the reason behind that is, of course, we know Bitcoin is a deflationary asset where dollars and fiat currencies are inflationary assets. So if you hold a bunch of dollars, they're going to go down in value. If you hold a bunch of Bitcoin, in theory, it will go up in value over time. Um, and the other thing about Bitcoin is it's decentralized. I don't need to go into all the details about that, but I'm curious to see what other people would think. What would you do if you had $1,000 a month? If you're insolvent in your budget every month and you're in the negative, you might use it to catch up on bills or something like that. Typical Mr. and Mrs. America are probably going to go out and buy the newest iPhone, sign up for a car payment now that they have extra money in their budget, and get that new car, go buy a bigger house or try to buy a bigger house. It's almost impossible these days. In this time in 2022, all these variety of things. Americans are trained consumers and they're just going to go out and buy. But not all are, but most are. I wouldn't go out and buy assets. A lot of people in this country actually just want to go out and buy junk stuff and fill their house with it, which is fine. You're free to do as you wish. So my question to you is, if UBI were to become a reality, what would you do with it immediately, and how would you use it? Just curious. Let's talk.